Hey everyone, I hope that you're having just a wonderful day. I've got a question for you, something for you to consider. Are you lonely? If a survey that I read recently is correct, a majority of you answered by saying yes. That survey said that 58% of Americans would claim that there's not a single person here in this world that knows them well. Not one single person knows them well. 58%. I don't know how you feel about that number. That's astounding to me. That there's that measure of loneliness here in our world, and specifically in our country. I suppose it's one of those negative byproducts of the technological advances in the world in which we live. When you can connect with one another digitally, when you can have friends on Facebook instead of having to make friends in real life, I suppose that limits the number of connections that you're forced to make. When you can have things delivered to your home instead of having to go out and interact with people in order to get your groceries or to have packages delivered instead of going shopping. I suppose that limits those interactions. And if you're not careful, before you know it, you just don't interact with anyone at all. I suppose technology is fighting against us when it comes to building relationships. I wonder what would happen if we added a word to that survey question. What if I asked, are you spiritually lonely? There's probably some who would answer that question. Yes, I feel spiritually lonely. I feel like Elijah. I feel like most people around me don't believe the way that I do. I feel like those who share my Christian faith that number is getting smaller and smaller. But there might be others who would answer yes, but for a different reason. I feel spiritually lonely. Yes, I feel spiritually lost. In fact, I don't know which way to turn. I don't know which voices to listen to. I don't know what the truth is at all. Well, if you find yourselves in either of those camps, or maybe you have one foot in each of them, have I got some great news for you? Have we at Grace got some great news to share with you? That's what we're going to do this weekend. We're celebrating our Easter victory because Jesus won an Easter victory and he shares it with us. This weekend we'll focus our attention on the truth he lives as our companion. We don't ever have to feel alone because we have in Jesus the most meaningful relationship that we could ever have. In Jesus we have the forgiveness of sins. In Jesus we have a peace that passes understanding. In Jesus we have the promise of everlasting life. That's something we're celebrating. We hope that you come. We hope that you come to worship here at Grace to celebrate that companionship and that love and that life that is ours in Jesus. We have worship at 7:45, 9, and 10:30. And guess what? You come to worship and you'll interact with brothers and sisters in the faith. You can maybe develop or grow some relationships as we stand shoulder to shoulder and celebrate that we share a common companion in Jesus, an everlasting companion in our Savior and King. There's opportunities to build relationships with Jesus and with one another in Bible study too. That's 9 and 10:15. I hope that you come and take advantage of those things. That way we can rejoice that Jesus lives. He lives to be our companion.